You're welcome back. Our focus is now on unprofitable government business in our next story. The Public Interest Accountability Committee, PIAC, has asked government to reconsider its continued participation in the Saltpond oil fields due to the current high cost of production per barrel against low prices. The chairman of the PIAC, Major Retired Daniel Ablo, who said this when reviewing the committee's 2014 report, defended its recommendation, saying the current situation only gives government negative returns. The Saltpond offshore oil field is one of Ghana's major oil discoveries in the 70s, but due to its low commercial viability, the field never enjoyed the kind of fanfare the Jubilee field received. Currently, the government of Ghana owns 45% shares in the field and received just about 440,000 Ghana cedis in royalties in 2014, according to the 2014 report of the Public Interest Accountability Committee. The chairman of the committee, Major Retired Daniel Ablo, in a presentation at the National Multi-Stakeholder Forum on Petroleum Sector Governance in Takoradi, said the current oil price of around $49 and production cost of $31 per barrel calls for government to rethink its participation in the Saltpond oil field.
Revenue that is coming out of the oil field is not enough to pay corporate tax, is not enough to pay any interest. You saw the sharing. They were supposed to pay, just like all the others, 15% participating interest and 30% corporate income tax. None of these have been coming in the past couple of years since we started working with them. The only money that has been coming from Saltpond oil field is the royalty, and even that one is 3% compared to the others. So one will tend to ask the question, then why the difference? And it's because the cost of production, the total, when you look at the revenue, it doesn't cover fully the cost, and that is why they are unable to pay. So probably it may be more beneficial for government to sell and release and get some funds upfront, sell to a private enterprise, and then they assume the full risk of the business.
Meanwhile, the two-day forum organized by Friends of the Nation with support from GIZ has ended with some critical recommendations for government. Che Kujoyamwa of Friends of the Nation tells Saltpond News some of the recommendations.
One of them is to advise the spending of the Petroleum Revenue Fund to concentrate on few projects and make sure that we're able to achieve impact of those few projects rather than spreading wide and thin. This is quite key. There have also been issues of institutional weakness in monitoring the revenue collection, and this is quite key because as a nation we should strengthen our revenue collection and the utilization. We've also made a stronger recommendation to assess the impact and the outcome of the investment.
Some participants also spoke to Saltpond News about how useful the forum has been.
To me, it's a collective of all of us together. And the things that we are saying is we want to see what the proceeds from the oil industry is being used to benefit us.
Presentations that I've seen so far, I think that we are not focused. I think we should dedicate the revenue over a reasonable period of time and get a multiplier effect on the economy. For example, if we're doing a very good education system from oil revenue dedicated to education, then you will begin to see the impact over a period of time.
A report by Kwesi J. Nim from Takoradi. From the Ashanti region, the Deputy Regional